If next chapter he says that the other Delu fruit he needs is the Gum Gum fruit, I will lose my mind. Chapter 1156, I think. Idols. I saw the title. This is a very, very cute little color spread. This is neat. I really love the parallel. The parallel is cool with like Rayleigh and Mr. Yapper. What the hell is in Mr. Yapper's shades though? What is the reflection? I don't know what the reflection is. But yeah, Oda is obviously going with the parallels. And Sanji is going to get Conqueror's Haki this arc. Okay, we get it. We get it. He's going to get it by the end of this arc. It's obvious. Also, Giant Luffy. Wait a minute. Maybe this is the solution to One Piece. Why is Nami there? You know why Nami is there. Stop asking goofy questions. You know why Nami is there. What I was going to say. Maybe this is the answer to One Piece. You know how we talked about how, like, Loki could never join the crew? Well, what if Luffy just becomes a giant and just literally carries everyone everywhere? We solved the problem, right? Why is there a band-aid on Luffy's leg? What's up with the random band-aid? That's very sus. What the hell is that supposed to say? Narrate? I don't know what that's supposed to say. Nice color spread though. All right, let's go on. Let's keep on going. Okay, idols. Back in this time. Wait a minute. This is not a flashback of a flashback of a flashback, right? Come on. Okay, what is this? Back in this time. We're under attack by pirates. Heart. Why aren't you men fighting back? You're useless. A group of idols roam the seas. They stole everything we have, and the menfolk were no help at all. Oh, okay. I see what's gonna happen. They're too tough. You didn't even try to fight. How are we going to make a living now? Even the Navy had trouble dealing with them. They were known as the Kuja Pirates. Yeah, I expected that. I was like, why is there a heart? Okay. The band of warriors from the exotic country of women. These pirates were strong and beautiful and stunned the presence of men. I am so sick and tired of looking like this all the time. If only I could strip away this beauty of mine. I need a diagram. I don't remember them. Amazon, Lily, Empress, Order. I don't remember them one by one. Oh, there it is. There it is. Wait, is this spoilers? This might be spoilers. That might be spoilers because that was 5 days ago. Not gonna click on that. Gloriosa is the Baba Nyan. Yeah, exactly. I keep forgetting which one of them is which one. I don't remember. I'm not gonna look at that because I think that might be spoilers. Let's just read. Let's read. She is very dripped out though. Very, very dripped out. Okay. Lady Gloriosa, you're a goddess. Empress of Amazon Lily, Captain of the Kuja Pirates, Gloriosa. Future oh, it literally says that. Future Grandma Nyon. Oda, I got questions for you, my man. Why is it that when dudes age in One Piece, they become ultra giga chads, but when she ages in One Piece, she becomes like a tiny grandma? What did Oda mean by this? Diabolical evolution of a character. Absolutely diabolical. She's so adorably devious. As long as she doesn't kick kittens. Wait, did Boa kick a cat or a dog? Whichever she kicked. I don't like her. I don't care that she helped Luffy. Both? Why would you kick a cat? If she doesn't kick a cat, she's automatically better. Kick a cat. That's a tongue twister. First kitten, then a puppy, plus a baby seal? That's crazy. I don't even remember that. I just remember that she kicked something, and that was... I will never be holding boa stocks. Never. I will never be holding the stocks of someone who kicks an animal. Because that's like, those are like new levels of cringe. Okay, anyway. I feel my brain being bathed in light. Oh, asking for permission to have a heart attack. Okay. Lady Gloriosa, look at all of your fan letters. Tritoma. What is that enormous pile back there? Those are all for Lady Shaki. There's 100 times more over there. Oh, here we go. Wait. So Shaki is way more popular than the current Empress? That's crazy. She destroyed a sculpture built for her by children because it was made of mud. Yeah, Boa was not cool. Like, Boa was somewhat cool, but not very cool. I would not hold Boa stocks. Tritoma, Amazon Lily Empress 2 generations later. Bro, why does Oda keep throwing all this lore at me? I don't remember this. Boa has always been overrated. 100%. 100%. It's preposterous. I am the captain of the crew. And now she's malding out. El Skillbozo. Skill issue, not Skillbozo. Was pretending to look like a strong empress. When I want to pretend that I'm cool, I don't kick puppies, okay? She's like an ice jewel of fury. Yes, the true star of the times who outshone even Gloriosa's beauty was our first mate, Shakuyaku. That's crazy. New female character, you will be new Luffy's mom. Hashtag 100. 1,000,000%. One of these characters is Luffy's mom. This time for... Wait, but actually... I mean, honestly, in these circles, it's not even particularly unlikely. Because we are dealing with like the super big hitters, right? In these circles, not even that unlikely. Tritoma is the woman who died of the love flu Gloriosa mentioned when Boa met Luffy in the thing. I remember that mildly, yeah. I think it's I'll look at the thing I have open after I finish the chapter, or when I get like further into the chapter, because it's like from 5 days ago. It might be spoilers. Okay. Enemy ship approaching, Captain. What? Isn't that? What is going on? Roger speaking. This is Roger. It's the Roger. We're about to get another Roger flashback. Don't bother resisting, Kuja Pirates. Today, what? Now, seeing Roger with an actual straw hat, that hits a bit different. That hits a bit different. Actually, seeing him when he was still wearing the straw hat, that's cool. That's cool. We don't really get to see that a lot. Today, once and for all, you're finally going to hand over your first mate, Shakayak. What? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. He looks so much like Ace at this age. He does. Like, the hair is obviously 100% Ace. The face does look a little bit like Shanks. The hair is 100% Ace. What the hell is this, though? Why haven't you learned your lesson already, Roger? You already have my affections to return. Seize her. What? Who are you expecting to seize? Someone once said that her every move and gesture embodied pure seduction. There she is! It's Shaki! Flowers, please take my flowers! No, not his, accept my gift of flowers, Shaki! In her presence, flowers wilted and crumbled. Birds forgot how to sing, and people erupted into fighting. I've got no idea what's going on right now. Oh, Gabon. When she calls my name, I lose all strength. It's been a while, Roger. What did you do to Gabon? Damn it, I love you, Shakayaki. I love you too, Roger. I mean, when the crew of the Pirate King all get no diffed, I was like, this is like a bit of a goof, right? Like, this whole thing, we're gonna seize her. But I don't even know. #1 wife of the series. I mean, look, Rayleigh's a very cool dude. So, I mean, I guess she picked correct. Roger pirates are thinking with their peepees. That's what's going on. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Well, to be fair, like, even back in our crew, we have a very similar situation, right? Like, Nami's constantly beating up Luffy, and there's like zero diff. So this is just the universal experience of I guess emperors at this point. In the face of such beauty, the mighty made fools of themselves. But I will belong to no one. Very based. Very based. Pull all the treasure out of your hold. My soul is being taken to heaven. Don't you understand the honor of being loved by me, Roger? Move it, Gloriosa. I can't see Shocky. Bro, Roger's got a calm. I want to know the story behind how he met Ace's mom then. How did all of that even happen? Shocky actually has the One Piece? I don't know if she has the One Piece, but she is a very, very OP. Sanji upscale? Nah, that's cope. That is mad cope. That is mad cope. I feel for you, Ray. Yeah, it's a bunch of idiots here. So, wait a minute. So he tried acting very cool, but as soon as he got a wink, bro just folded. Bro folded like a lawn chair. Jesus Christ, Rayleigh. He didn't even try. He just folded instantly. Okay. I am very, very interested in all these dynamics, though. Because, like, she is kind of raiding their ship right now, right? But obviously, this is not, like, full-blown enemy. Because, like, in the current generation, when we see Luffy fighting with someone, it really is kind of, like, existential in many ways. Right? Like, when he was fighting Kaido or Big Mom, it was like either you go down in lava or your entire crew dies, pretty much. Right? But in Roger's era, it seemed like there was a lot more of these rivalries that were just kind of like, we exchange blows, and with some of them, we might even chit-chat for a little bit. There doesn't really seem to be as many, like, actual full-blown I-will-kill-you level of rivalries. Which is interesting. Roger and Whitebeard, for example. Yeah, that's, like, the best example. Because the two of them were just like, yeah, we're gonna tear this island apart, and then we're gonna have a gift exchange, and then we're gonna yap. In Luffy's era, it feels like everyone's kind of at each other's throats. Which I guess makes sense. They are the worst generation, right? Like, the terrible rookies. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. It's Lady Gloriosa! It's the Navy! Oh, God. It's gonna be Garp, isn't it? It's Roger and the Kuja. Make sure to snap some pics. We can sell those. Oh, we got paparazzi over here. Hurry, pack up the goods. Don't leave a single breadcrumb. Yes, ma'am. Hey, at least leave us some food. We gotta get moving. Prepare to sail. Take a look, Roger. That's Garp's ship. Yep. It's what? Disregard that order. Listen up, boys. Flatten them all. So, about the Loki flashback. Which wasn't even the Loki flash. It was the Herald flashback. I got one question. How did we go from Herald to Loki to Rocks to the Kuja Pirates to Roger? How did this all... I do suspect this is all gonna link into God Valley at some capacity. Is what I'm expecting. It feels like this is leading up to God Valley. But why would God Valley have anything to do with Loki? Unless... This is probably how Oda came up with this flashback. If this is indeed leading up to the God Valley flashback, and the whole Luffy Devil Fruit thing happens there, could that in some way be linked to Loki's special Devil Fruit? Maybe. Maybe. Let's keep reading. I've got no idea what's going on, but I'm all here for it. Flatten them all. Pirate Gold D. Roger, future Pirate King and father of Ace. Navy HQ Vice Admiral, Monkey D. Garp, future naval hero and grandfather of Luffy. I like how everyone's title card just have like 4 titles at this point. Meteor Fist! Here it comes! Rampaging Spirits! It just had to be Garp's ship. Garp! Roger! What the hell am I even looking at? Roger, Garp, and Rocks. Men whose tales were spread as legends in the great age of pirates, first clashed here in their hot-blooded youth. Wait a minute. So, number one, it is still wild seeing Roger actually just flying the straw hat. Like, it straight up looks like a slightly older Ace with Luffy's straw hat, and that's kind of crazy to me. Number two, did he just slice his stomach open? Probably not, because hockey, right? But it's still a crazy panel. And, like, imagine seeing, like, two of the Two of the biggest legends basically in the entire universe clashing, and it's the goofiest thing ever of Roger being pummeled in the face. This is goofy as hell. Also, Garp, bro, you gotta stop skipping leg day. You gotta stop skipping leg day. What is your build, bro? What is your build? Considering how Oda said he wanted to add the Rocky Port incident and then decided not to as it will take some time, I can see the flashback ending with the end of the Rocks Pirates. I think Oda is going literally down the list of every single important character in the previous generation, and he's bringing them together for something big. And the only thing I can imagine is God Valley. Because otherwise, why else would we have seen like Emu deployed, all the elders deployed just now, all the God Knights deployed, the first glimpses of what happened on God Valley, and now literally everyone that was on God Valley, including their crews. It's crazy. They're play fighting? Something like that. We'll see. We'll see, because this is very, very sus. This is very, very sus. Huh? Lady Gloriosa? Thump. Wait, is this supposed to be love sickness? Probably not, right? The Kuja, meanwhile, were tremendously popular and an indispensable part of the story of this era. Get a grip, sister! Huff, huff. My chest feels tight. I mean, probably. These untouchable idols were the desire of all the salty dogs of the sea. And they're salty dogs of the sea? No, that's crazy. And their bounty posters were traded for considerable sums. They were trading gooning material. What? Hidden cameras and pursuers were an everyday problem for them? My dudes, y'all have gotta calm down. Y'all have gotta calm down. Gloriosa said she survived being lovesick in Amazon Lily. Oh, so this probably is that, right? Because like the whole heart thumps and everything like that. I mean, I think all the context clues are pointing toward the same thing. I just don't remember the details, so I guess it is. I guess it's connecting with that. Who knew that the last generation could be so thirsty? Who could have ever imagined this? It was always rumored to be Roger. This is just a confirmation. Are we going to get a slice of life romantic comedy with a love triangle including Roger? Is that going to be one of the flashbacks? Because Oda has always talked about not writing romance, right? Maybe he wants to try it. Who knows? Who knows? When Shakuyaku took the mantle of Empress, her popularity reached heights never seen before. She low-key looks like Nami with Robin's hair. A little bit. This is the difference between Roger and Luffy. That one of them was a gooner and the other wasn't. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'll calm before the storm for a more serious flashback next. This seems like just introducing the cards, basically. To me, this very much does seem like just listing off all the big heavy hitters for something. Because if you think back to the Roger flashback and the way that happened, right? It was basically the same thing. She's acting like a Nami Robin fusion too. She's definitely behaving like a lot more like, I would say Robin, yeah. She is like super reserved and she kind of just like flexes on everyone. Nami is a bit more spicy. She just seems to be kind of vibing all the time. Okay. Let's see. Ida's bar. Oh, so we're back to Elbaf now. Okay. I don't know what I just read. I guess Goon Piece is now real. I don't know if this was supposed to introduce them or supposed to set something up. We can talk about this later. Let's see. Ida's bar Elbaf. The boat capsized and Loki was drowning. To be honest, we weren't even sure if we could save him or not. I don't think the boat capsized. I don't think the boat capsized. That's how bad his behavior was while you were gone. I appreciate that. Thank you for saving him. Hang in there, Loki. What do you mean you weren't sure? Save the boy! What if Loki had died out there? Listen, Ida, it was Loki's decision to go out to sea. So what? If you abandon Loki, I'll drown you 100 times. Why does this dude look like the most generic sailor we've ever seen in the story? This guy looks like actually one of the most generic sailors that I'm kind of surprised to see in in One Piece. He just looks like a dude. Ida the goat mom? Ida is the goat. She is just nice and cool, and everything about her is very based. Harold, though. Harold's a bit of a... He's clueless, and that's kind of sad. He's not a bad dad. He just doesn't really know what's going on. I saw Twitter's reactions to the Roger simping Shaki and losing to her easily. All of them were like, not my Pirate King, and I'm thinking, wasn't it implied that Roger originally lost to Zebek? If you actually want to, like, unironically talk about power scaling this whole thing, I don't think this fight was in any way serious. I don't think Roger lost to her, and I don't think she won against them. I think this was supposed to be a weird ritual where they want to get a girlfriend. I think it's just a weird ritual that they were doing. And getting beat up was just kind of a part of a whole thing. I don't think there's any power scaling to be done in the GOON piece part of the chapter. That's at least my read on it. Because I think when Oda wants to actually convey power, he does it way more explicitly. I think whenever you have scenes like this, and even like Roger versus Garp, it's just like... Because like, there's a thing, I don't know if this exists in other cultures. There's even a thing which I always found very weird and very cringe. Isn't there like even a thing where like when people get married, you have to like steal the bride? And then like you have to steal her back or something? I think that's basically what this is. This is just a weird ritual they were doing. Any flashbacks like these that were totally serious, especially when included Roger? Now that you mention it, have we ever seen Roger actually fight for real? Like actually all out for real? Because I don't think we have. Against Whitebeard? I mean, he was going pretty strong against Whitebeard, but he wasn't trying to kill him. Yeah, Whitebeard was like sparring, basically. In my culture, I have to pretend the bride is not there until husband's family pays enough money. Based. Closest was when he sent Odin flying. Yeah, that would probably be the closest, because there he was like, actually, I don't know you, and let me just give you a bonk, just in case you're dangerous. That's probably the single closest thing we have seen to him actually fighting. So... And I mean, think about it this way. When we saw Shanks actually fighting for real, he demolished a guy who was like 50% of the way there to defeating an emperor in a single shot in the space of 3 seconds. So I think when we see Roger fighting for real, we'll know. And I don't think it's gonna involve Goon Piece. I think it's going to involve tearing the world apart a little bit. God Valley was probably the most locked in we've seen. Yeah, conveniently we haven't seen that, right? But even on God Valley, like even on God Valley when they were all arriving, it wasn't like we gotta go and kill them all, boys. It was kind of like, oh, here we go. But I don't know. Again, it's kind of a different vibe because whenever Luffy fights these threats, a lot of them are existential. With Roger, we haven't seen that. Anyway, tangent. Let's get back to what I was saying. I didn't ask for help. There, you see, that's the attitude he takes. Oh, makes me furious. Can someone please talk to the little kid? Please, just like someone talk to him. Get him a hobby. Just like start going on walks with him. Tell him to take off the blindfold. Just like, come on. He's lost his mom and his dad is too busy to stay home. Loki's just Finally! Someone! Loki's just lonely, that's all. Shut up, you hag! Want to live with us? No way! Bro, we were so close. We were so close to the good timeline. We were this close to the good timeline. Can you imagine if she had just taken him in and they would be raised as brothers? I mean, at least she knows. At least she knows. So, like, whenever she sees Loki doing something dumb, maybe at least she'll talk to him. She'll be like the one person he can at least talk to a little bit. And I am beginning to really lean into the direction that he was talking to her through the radio. But that doesn't really make sense, does it? Well, let's see. Ida has to be Mosa. I'm kind of thinking that too, but does that... Why would they be using a cover name, and why would that be happening? And also, yeah, like, keep in mind, Mosa Shaggy. Which is the correct name? Is it Shaggy? I think it's Shaggy. Pretty sure it's Shaggy. You just want to pretend to be my mom and live in the castle, Ida. You just want all the money. Shut up, Loki. Apologize to her, Loki. You've crossed the line. You have no idea what Ida's been through. Oh, and she doesn't even care. Your kids are so sweet. You're being too soft on him, Ida. I hate the way Loki talks to you, Ida. It's not fair. Oh, are you crying for me too, Macho? This world's too good for me. W mom, W mom. W mom. I'm sick of this country already. Everyone's so weak and wimpy and trash. I want to be free. Like rocks. Well, there it is. Well, there it is. Logic dictates one very obvious thing. Loki, in the present day story, he doesn't actually want to be like rocks. For one very simple reason. Blackbeard wants to be like rocks. There is no point in writing another character who's going to have such an explicitly similar dream. We have seen others talk about like getting the One Piece and all that, but no one is aligned in terms of like ideals with Roger, just like Luffy has. So I think there is something more to Loki that we're going to still find out. This whole admiration of rocks is not going to be that straightforward, I think. If Mato is now the bartender, then what happened to Ida? Is she truly Shaggy? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. Let's read. The crying girl is the current bar owner, by the way. Is she? I don't remember. She might be. I don't remember. And what does Harold just like not say anything? That's a crazy thing to do. He's just like what? From that point on, every time Rocks came to invite Harold to join him, Loki begged and pleaded to join his pirate ship, but never got his way. I mean, kind of W Rocks. Kind of W Rocks as well. He just came back multiple times. Was like, you wanna? No? Okay. Came back again. You wanna? No? Okay. I do wonder how many times he actually came back though. That's interesting. We talked about this with last chapter too, I think. But Rocks is operating very, very differently from Blackbeard. The king's son is being insulted by a random sailor and he just doesn't care. That is treason by the sailor, by the way. That is true. That is true. Reverse of Odin? Kinda, yeah. Kinda. I just find the way Rocks operates very interesting. The way he has like this weird almost honor code that he abides by. And I just wonder to what other areas of his behavior this extends to. Because if all of his crew has been gained through Davy back fights, and he also just sometimes invites people, there is a very clear like sense of he respects the people he interacts with. Does this also extend to his enemies? It seems like it does, at least in some capacity, based on what we saw with Emu. Whereas Blackbeard is kind of the complete opposite. He is dunking on everyone. That's an interesting dynamic. It's kind of closer to almost Doflamingo in that sense. Rocks didn't want to play the long game. He could recruit Loki while he was a child, and he would have had the whole of Elbaf at his disposal a bit later. I mean, yeah. I'm finally leaving. Aren't you glad? To tell the truth, I hate you all too. Wait, so he did leave. How did he leave, though? Did he just, like, get on a boat by himself? He wanted to, then the boat capsized? Isn't this him trying again? Oh, I guess the rise, like, he capsized again. Oh! I'm dumb. What I assumed happened the first time is I thought he might have had another Sudoku thing. Like the way he jumped off the tree, I thought there might have been something like that, but he was actually trying to leave. Never mind, so he did capsize both times because he's just a goofy little goober who can't sail. Okay, got it. I got a completely different vibe from that. I thought the capsizing wasn't actually literal. Never mind. I got a little bit stuck in the overanalyzations. Never mind. Okay, what's going on here? Several months after the takeover of Pirate Island by Rocks Pirates. Hey, who are you? I want to join the Rocks Pirates. Okay, sure. Everybody wants to do that. But you'll never even meet him. The Rocks Pirates are all-stars of evil on the sea. See that fish-shaped rock up there? Apparently that's where they hang out. You want to meet him? Go on. But the farther inland you go, the crazier the folks get. Good luck trying to get there, yo. I'll give you a little push. Hey, go easy on him. Huh? Yo. Mobster Kyo. Future Silver Axe. Okay. Oh, it's him! Kyo the Hitman! What's Shaky's rival doing here? The powerful figures drawn to rocks brought in other mighty types in their wake. Stay back or I'll kill you! Huh? There! How about that view? Take in the sights. I think opening these holes was the right idea. Don't you agree? So that's how the skull... Oh, that's funny. So, once upon a time, it was a fish-shaped rock, and this is how it got its eyes. Okay. Okay. Katakuri dad, by the way, mark my words. Why would it be Katakuri's dad? I mean, he is dripped the hell out. You gotta admit, he is dripped the hell out. I do think he's taking the bit a little bit too far. You know, with the whole, like, I've even got my cloak that is covered in axe heads. It's a bit too much. But what the hell? So that's how we got the eyes. Oh, here we go. Okay. To sum it all, there's 2 devil fruits out there that I want. To sum it all, there's 2 devil fruits out there that I want. One of them is most likely found on Elbaf, and its power will only be truly unlocked if Harold eats it. That's interesting, because if only it's going to be unlocked if Harold eats it. Is this a situation where it's going to be something that is reliant on your scale? Right? Because Harold's a massive dude. Massive warrior dude. He doesn't want it for himself. Some ancient giant thing, exactly. Right? So I'm assuming that I don't think it's even blood. I don't think it's even a mechanical thing of blood. Maybe it is. It could be a royal blood situation. Like unironically Attack on Titan. But my immediate assumption was that it's going to be something that is reliant on your like fundamental scale, right? So if someone like Harold got it, that's like the only real way of using it, because if he got it himself, it'd be pretty cool, but it wouldn't really do anything. Now the question is, what the hell is this power? Because the thing my mind goes through is some kind of Muspelheim thing. Some kind of fire giant of some kind, right? But that's just because I'm thinking about Attack on Titan. But what else could it be? I don't even know. Jormungandr zone? I'm telling you right now, if there actually is a sea serpent zone, and I know it doesn't, people have told me this a million times. It's the same thing I said with Blackbeard. If Blackbeard gets a Kraken, like a weird black hole thing, right? Where like he falls into the sea, he becomes a Kraken, then there's like a vacuum that sucks everything in, and like a Kraken goes out, it'd be so cool. I know it doesn't make sense because devil fruits don't work that way, but I want them to work that way. So if there is a ancient serpent, sign me up. Now, I don't think it is, but maybe. Nika of Liberation and Nika of Destruction of the Harley, maybe 2 fruits. Yeah, but that would have to be like a form of Ragnarok, right? Like that would have to be a power that just like destroys the world. But what could it be if it's already reliant on Harold? If it's just ancient giants, it has to be something akin to fire giants that destroy the world. But that's genuinely just like because I'm thinking of Attack on Titan, but that's what Ragnarok is. The Surtur fruit? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The Surtur. The Surtur, the fire giant. This thing right here. If Loki becomes this, he even has the horns, he does. And because Loki also has Ragnir, I would assume there's something even with the hammer, right? So if this genuinely is a actual fire giant thing, then we're gonna be in for a good time. I don't think he has ever been depicted with a hammer though. I think it's always a sword. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait. All right, where did I leave off? Does Thor die in Ragnarok? I'm pretty sure he does, right? Maybe it's a fruit that turns you into a weapon. I just kind of want it to be, I just want it to be something that is like super, super heavy on Norse vibes. So I wouldn't be against like a surtur fruit or something like that. Or a serpent. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out on the whatchamacallit. Also, goddamn, you notice how he only talks about one of the fruits? What a bozo. Let's see. After that, you want to find... Oh, golly law. It happened again. I was like, what the hell is it? Galela. It's golly law. Just like not this one. I only know them as a legend. Pirate. Captain John. I've got my information network on the hunt, but there's no hint of a band of frozen giants anywhere. Pirate. Charlotte Linlin. Future Big Mom. If they exist, they're corpses. Oda, why didn't you give Whitebeard a cool little name thingy? Like, yeah, we know that it's Whitebeard, but everyone else got one. Bro, why do that? It is Punk Hazard. I am 1,000,000% it's Punk Hazard. Very interesting. What we have with rocks and his ability to hold devil fruits, by the way. Because we don't know anything. And if he is talking about he wants 2 devil fruits, and one of them he doesn't even want for himself, very interesting if he can or can't hold multiple fruits. My knee-jerk reaction immediately, yes, he can. But I don't know if he can. If he is like a weird reincarnation, or rather if Blackbeard is like a weird reincarnation of Roger, maybe the ability to hold multiple devil fruits comes from rocks. Maybe. Maybe. Wasn't Punk Hazard originally tropical? How were giants frozen there? Science. Pirate Strusen, Linlin's partner. Good point. They ain't coming back to life. Shut up, we're talking about dreams here. Plus, if they were even somehow brought back, they have no reason to listen to you. Pirate, Barbell, Catfish Fishman. Okay. And that's why I need the power of Harold, King of Elbaf. Can't you just suppress them with sheer strength? Same thing for Harold. Just crush him and make him obey you. Pirate Kaido, future king of beasts. I mean, this whole crush them and just make them obey you is why you took a massive L at 3 a.m. Sometimes scheming in politics kind of pays off. You got beat up in your own home at 3 a.m. My current theory is that Blackbeard can have more than one fruit because he has more than one soul. Yeah, I think it's something similar to that. I have gone back and forth on the details of the theory because I'm still very much on... My theory hasn't changed. This hasn't changed at all. That hasn't changed at all. If you can use Haki to suppress other people's devil fruit powers, Law did it and it was explanation for how Law can't teleport Big Mom and Kaido. Could strong enough Haki allow you to eat too? Maybe. But then Blackbeard wouldn't be getting destroyed, would he? Because Blackbeard in actual fights, he's kind of wimpy. Based on what we've seen anyway. I guess he has insane off-screen abilities. But I don't think Blackbeard's like a huge hockey man. Blackbeard would be #1 in the verse, even on Jaya. Yeah, exactly. Because like if he is the only one who had hockey powerful enough to subdue the devil fruit, and based on what Kaido said, strong enough hockey literally surpasses everything, I don't think that makes sense. What? Don't ever say that to me again! Big Kaido L, big Kaido L. Hey, knock it off, Rocks! Bastard! You too, Kaido, calm down! We just got this island, you want to smash it to pieces? This crew is bound to fall apart sooner or later. Very, very, very good analysis. Yeah, so why don't we earn a little more before it happens? Take it easy, you kid. Harold's my pal! You say that nonsense again and I'll get rid of you first, Kaido. That's also interesting. Because he actually considers him a pal. Rocks acting like Luffy when Zoro was talking about Shanks? Kind of, yeah. Kind of. And that's very, very weird. Because I get the whole honor code of not wanting to subjugate people. That's just an honor code thing. But straight up saying he's my pal? That's like low-key Luffy coded. Where he's just like, why would you talk about him? He told us he's his friend. Why would you talk about him like that? Shut up. You don't see this with Blackbeard at all. Now that's cool. Now that's cool. Listen up, folks. Elbaf is the key to taking down the Holy Land. If you don't trust me on that, get lost. It's up to you whether or not you want to follow me on the faithful day of our mission. But if you've got the stones for it, then stick around with me for a bit. I'll show you the peak of the world. I am still very, very sussed out by his flag. I get that it matches his hair. Yes, his hair is kinda like whoosh. But I'm sorry, the wispy things on the rock skull, it looks like Luffy in Gear 5. Like, straight up. Also, another thing. Why is Rock seeming like a revolutionary more than a pirate? He is like very, very much like in the direction of an anarchist, but he is low-key just doing what the revolutionaries are doing right now, and he's scheming long-term. Because, like, yeah, he could have done the whole thing through Loki, but, like, look at him. He's got, like, entire to-do lists. Bro is locked the hell in. Rox's Jolly Roger is a bit different from the one he had in God Valley. Is it meaningfully different, or is it just, like, slightly different? Rox admires Davy Jones, and I think Davy Jones is Joy Boy. The Davy Jones and Joy Boy parallel is very, very interesting to me, because I can't quite pin down if it's going to be the complete. Because if you go back to like some of my earliest theories about the origin of the Devil Fruits, let's just go full tinfoil. So Super TLDR version, I thought that the Devil Fruits were basically weapons, which, like, based on what we know now, I think this theory is only strengthened. So my assumption was that the Devil Fruits were so incredibly powerful that it allowed people to fight back against the world government, therefore they were branded as Devil Fruits, aka very, very bad. And I believe that the people with the Will of D, and potentially the first one who was ever the Will of D, which presumably would be Joy Boy, actually created the Devil Fruits in some capacity, and so his bloodline was marked, right? So with this line of thinking, yeah, Joy Boy would be Davy Jones, because probably like the whole Davy Jones's locker euphemism with the Devil Fruits, it's probably what Oda is going for, right? But at the same time, we have Nika, who's supposed to be a sun god, and we have Davy Jones, who is the devil of the sea. These two things are very much parallels, right? And I'm not sure in which direction this is going. Planning for God Valley? If next chapter, he says that the other Devil Fruit he needs is the Gum Gum Fruit, I will lose my mind. Because he said 2 Devil Fruits. He didn't name the other one. Maybe every fruit is a zone that carries on the will of those quote-unquote devils from the past. What if every single mythical zone is the incarnation of someone with the will of D? Did we discuss that D was originally just a moniker for Joy Boy's team? We did, but this was like we have discussed so many theories about the will of D and everything like that I don't know. I do really like also the idea that the D is literally just a thing people carried. Like we got together and we created a thing and we just said like we are the D clan and that's it, right? So it's kind of like they're not related. There is no, because it fits with the whole found brother, found family vibe, right? So I don't know. The Dawn Pirates, captained by Davy Jones. I could very easily see something like this. I am not putting any concrete bets on like whether or not, because I am like literally 50-50 split. I can see a world where Davy Jones is literally Joy Boy, like straight up, right? And I can also see a world where Davy Jones is an entirely new character, who will actually be named Davy D. Water Jones. And he's going to be something very different. The water will be in there. And I'm not sure in which direction it goes. Because I don't think Oda is really done. The only misinterpreted The only misinterpreted prophecy that we have, which isn't even misinterpreted because Luffy still has the... I'm not going to go on another rant about this. The only pseudo misinterpreted thing that Luffy has, I know that Law has water. That's why I named him. Yes, because Law's second name is still the one that we haven't addressed. Anyway, the only pseudo misinterpreted prophecy that we have is Nika, right? Like we saw, there were the Hands of Liberation, there is the God of Liberation, Bonnie is liberating people, all of these people are liberating people, right? There is no such thing as the Liberator or the God of Liberation or whatever. All of these people are liberation. A regular person can liberate people, right? Which is in line with the whole theme of One Piece and Luffy, that he's just a guy. So him getting a mythical devil fruit that is like a mythical zone of the legendary prophesized liberator, it kind of shoots the whole story in the foot. I've talked about that ad nauseum. I'm not going to do it again. Other than that, though, we don't have any other explicit, like, misunderstood prophecies. So I don't think there would be a situation where Joy Boy and Davy Jones are the same person. Because we just haven't seen Oda do anything like that. But I don't know. Law's fruit is way too important for Law to just vanish from the story. I think his middle name of Law, I know people have said that it's just like to do with the Waterloo thing. I don't buy it. Because it's like, it's a reference to this. It's a reference to this. I don't buy it. Like, at all. At all. Not one bit. I don't think it's just a reference. Oda doesn't do random middle names as references. It's not a thing. Especially because it was explicitly said that it's supposed to be kept secret. The middle name of water is incredibly important. And I just don't know why. I just don't know why. Except Luffy destroying Fishman Island, because it's obviously BS. I mean, it might not be BS in the sense that it happens. It could happen. It just might not be in the way we think, right? Law will be back, or else Beppa wouldn't have saved him. Yeah, exactly. Like, Law's devil fruit, the mechanics of his devil fruit and all that is way too important. There is a reason why we saw him being saved and we haven't heard a single thing about Kid, right? Like, Law is obviously the more important character in this dynamic. It's as simple as that, really. I was gonna look at this. So this is from an old SBS. Odachi, hello. Elder Neon said the former empress of Amazon Lily also died of lovesickness, but isn't that Shakuyaku? Why would Elder Neon lie? I believe you misread the line. She wasn't lying. The empress before suffered from it too. She meant illness, not dying. Truth is, since ancient times, for some reason they do not understand, empresses and warriors from this country have died of lovesickness. Those like Elder Neon and Shakuyaku have avoided this by leaving the country. So... This is Gloriosa, which Oda, you gotta explain yourself. Like, so this is Shaki, this is Toritoma, who actually died, and this is Hancock. Old Man Hio also look like that? Yeah, but like most old dudes in One Piece are Giga Chads. This is like the worst timeline. Like, the only thing this could be, I think that this has to be God Valley. She didn't end up with Roger equals bad ending. People who failed their dreams end up bad in One Piece. I think that's kind of, I don't think that's the reason. I think that's a bit of a weird message to put out there, that she like wanted to be with Roger, so she became a weird old lady and almost died. I don't know about that. Katarina Devon is out there being able to transform into people. We talked about this. Yeah, I think there's a very decent chance that like Fishman Island is destroyed by Blackbeard, and Katarina is just there to appear as Luffy. I think there's a very, very decent chance, and like the simplest explanation is an ancient weapon, right? They might just be going after Poseidon. But Shaki found Rayleigh and didn't age at all. Shido's onto something. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So what you're saying is, Luffy will have a bad timeline? And Zoro too? That's crazy. The prophecy was that Fishman Island will be destroyed by a man in a straw hat, not by Straw Hat Luffy. Is that true? I don't remember. Because in the anime, it was always like literally Luffy. And I think there the moniker of Straw Hat was used to address Luffy, not a man in a straw hat. But I don't remember. You might be right. You might be right about that. Moria turned into a bowling pin. I've heard a lot of comparisons. Not a bowling pin. I've never heard that one. Bro turned into a bowling pin. I've heard shallot head. I've heard all kinds of weird water balloon and whatnot. A bowling pin? I mean, in this is silhouette piece, but it's Luffy. Like, this is Luffy. Oh, this is a theory. Again, there's a very good chance that this is just someone who is like, because there's a lot of Straw Hats now flying around, ever since like Luffy became a dude. It could also be Katarina. Could be anything, really. We'll have to wait and see on that one. This was such a weird chapter. This is such a weird chapter, because I was like, the first half, it has, like, I'm just putting my bets on this, I think is God Valley. Nothing else makes sense. Why would we have half a chapter of Goon Piece that is briefly introducing what Loki is doing, and then it's right back to rocks? It's God Valley, it has to be. This chapter was owed to having fun. This does very much give off the vibes of early Roger flashback, like in Wano, where it was just Roger and Odin and what's his face, Whitebeard, just chilling. I really enjoyed this one from purely like a fun perspective. Yeah, this one definitely seemed to be like a we're going places, but let's have fun along the way type of thing, you know. It's still crazy to see all this though. This is like the same thing I had with Roger, where I'm like, it's kind of crazy that I'm even reading this or watching this. It's a bit wild to even think about that we're actually just like talking about rocks now. And Goon Piece, I guess. Anyway, that being said, I guess that's all there is to say. We'll be back next time, but there is a break next week, right? Don't forget that you can still hold physical stocks in the form of the Long Ring Longland connection. The Long Ring Longland connection. I need to put mine up. I've had it rolled up for months. I think I'm gonna put it right there. It's gonna be right there. The funny thing is, like, I made this like I don't even know how long ago, right? And I was right. If I had it in my background, I could have continued flexing even more. I guess we're gonna leave on this. What I was going to say is you know how I know this is not possible alien tech? You know how I know it's not possible alien tech? Because it would be too much fun. It's not gonna be aliens. Because it would be too funny and too exciting. It's not going to be anything interesting. I mean, it will be interesting because it's another, like, interstellar object, right? This thing is an interstellar thing. I was looking at this. It's very interesting that this is another interstellar object, which is fun, right? I think it's the third one ever. Anton made a video about it. I think he did. I think he did. It's never going to be aliens because it would be too much fun. That's how you know it's not true. Go watch the main channel video if you missed it. Not gonna link it. Just go to my main channel. Okay, it's right up there. Go watch the new channel video. All right, that's it. Thanks a lot for joining me. I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Have a good one. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.